Uchiha Sasuke back with another deck profile. I know I just redid a DDD deck profile, but I was messing around organizers with my DDDs and just tested out. My friend just followed me. Um, this deck was extremely good. Those then were like draws, so I was having a hard time pulling out my red one, and so without further ado, to get off onto this list, I want you to give, like, please, if you haven't already done so, if you haven't already done my channel, notification bell so you can be up, so you can be notified. Stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Strictly do streaming because I don't have space for my phone. Um, but if I ever get an SD card or so, I will be telling you guys, and you guys will know because the video quality will be a bit better. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with this list, shall we? It's your helps you actually special summon your Ragnarok from your hand or any DD monster or DD monster without even having the problem of um without having to get for your red resonators later down the line. Swirl Slime is one of the best cards that you can get at the moment. I'm thinking about this card. I'm running. I have it at one at the moment. The next card, the deck, you're gonna want to run main 3 Lamias. Your Lamia would allow one DD or Dark Contract card from your deck, from your hand or field to the graveyard. Especially summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Is the field. This is the main card that you use to monsters, synchro monsters. So this card is absolutely necessary for those monsters, and of course, summoned for Formula Synchron. Coming up next, we have the main boss monster, the 3DDD, the D King Abyss Ragnarok. Now, we run 3 because you have to run 3. You cannot run any other ratio of him. There is no way that you can run anything less than him because you absolutely need 3. He is your he is your level he is your main level is your monster for bringing back your DDD monsters when normal special summoned, and of course when in the pendulum scale if you special summon a pet a DD monster, well, you just get a special summon one DD or DDD monster from your graveyard. Your opponent would become half that, but not only that, but um, you would take 1,000 for the monster that was special summoned. So yes, it does have, but it's still extremely good because hell, who's not gonna rock? If you're trying to go for the anime build, you you're just screwing with yourself. You don't know what you're doing. Next, we run. Next, we run 2 DD7 Thomases. The reason 2 7 Thomases, I've seen people run 3 of him. You mainly want to run 2 mainly because you don't want to see, but you do want to see him. He is having your he gets to add a DDD or DD monster from your skill except himself from your extra deck back to your hand, so that actually helps out tremendously. But of course, if you actually do manage to bring him out onto the field, by his effect, just destroy one DD. Um, yeah, one face-up DD Pendulum monster in your Pendulum Zone, level 8. Yeah, one level 8 DDD monster from your deck in defense, but its effects are negated um, for the rest of this turn. And you have special in defense, so it does help out with bring 8s, which we only run 2 rank 8s at the moment, so it's good with bringing out your rank. You want to only run 2 of it because you don't want to have him in your hand too much. I feel that's a little too bricky. The next is the main search monster, 3 DD Kepler. We run 3 Savant Kepler. You have to run 3 because you cannot run them at any other number. You want to run 3 mainly because normal ether bounce one deep monster back to your hand when you don't want it to be destroyed, so you can respecial it, or you can, or essentially you can just search out your dark contracts. That is the main reason why you run it. You can use it for you can use him for the link summon of Crystron Phoenix. You can also use him for the link summon of what was its name? Link Rebo. You can use him for a bunch, and you can use. He's essentially good material. One Xyz, synchro materials for Crystron Phoenix. I mean, sorry, not Crystron Phoenix. Formula Synchron. He comes in handy a lot. Like how much he will come in handy. Like any given situation, you will find him extremely handy. The DDD, we run the Savant Kepler. You run 3 Savant Kepler because he's essentially a foolish burial and foolish burial goods for the deck. Mainly because normal summon or special summon effects in one dark contract with gate or one shit, what was it called? Oops, sorry. I need to stop cussing. That's one of my biggest habits. Or you can send one DD monster or one dark contract. So that is a foolish burial and a foolish burial goods all in the exact same card. That helps out tremendously. Though this deck I am considering on getting more fusion monster. I mean link synchro. Yeah. Okay. So moving in on to the Resonator monsters, we're running 3. Currently considering on running it at 2. Sure, I want to. Um, but I'm running the 2 mainly because I'm running the 3 mainly because I don't have another resonator chain, and I don't have any other resonators. So and this and so this is all I have at the moment. So please bear with me. This card does come in handy because I get a special. When this card is normal summon, I get a special summon 1 level 4 or lower on my hand. So essentially, this card will allow me to special summon my Copernicus player, my Llama. It's essentially good. Why people didn't look at this kind of tech before? This seems so legit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, the other things in the DDDs." Then people started the layer of darkness. They started running burning abyss DDDs. They started running Chudraco DDDs. They started running DDDs, and here over here, pioneer of the Uchiha clan. um, I decided to run the Red Resonate. I feel I made the deck a lot better because now instead of waste Copernicus, you could easily just normal, and you need to get Copernicus on bring out Ragnarok. Then you can just easily effect one normal special effect of mill banner swirl slime, then special Ragnarok. I mean, like, there's so many plays that you can do with this that I'm barely realizing right now, and I'm like, wow, why was I waiting so long to play this variant? This is just too good to be true. Like, you would seriously want to try this deck out after seeing it. And yes, it is extremely good. Run 2 mirror. I'm getting like blinging out this deck. I want to make this deck. I'm sorry that may sound a little weird, but I want to bling out this deck a lot, so I'm trying to get like anything that I can. So Mirror Resonator that was special summon from the extra deck, and you do not. While this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Mirror Resonator once. Uh, Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster. You treat this card's level as that monster's original level. If this card is used for synchro summoning this turn, so that helps out tremendously when trying to bring out any monster that is need a certain level tuner. Mirror comes in much you have no idea how handy he comes in, or it. I don't want to assume genders. And yes, I am running some monsters that are not dark type monsters. Some are fire, some are light. So please, don't act, don't get pissed when I show you what my extra the two resonator. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. I want to try it out just to see how it goes, but I will need to get my hands on a Pain Resonator because, but of course, when this card is normal summon, when this card is normal summon while it's is you can summon one resonator. You do not know how good that is. So you have say, um, your normal chain resonator, then use chain resonators effect, special summon red resonator, effective resonator. Um, oh wait, no, never mind. That's only when it's normal summon. My bad. But yeah, you can special summon red resonator or mirror resonator, and like head off on synchros. You're running more tuners, so you can actually hit monsters that claim you need one tune. And it's good that you can actually special summon a resonator from your deck, so you don't special summon the other and like bounce it back to your hand with compulsory. Then re-normal summon. Like next time you normal red resonator, then you use red resonator's effect, and so forth. So forth. Now this card I run at two. I'm not sure yet, but we're running two red warg, um, mainly because he is good material for the High Wave King Caesar. The Wave High King. Also, when you know summon a resonator monster, you can special summon this card from behind its attack becomes half. So normal summon effect special, of course, it goes from down. After that, you just synchro summon again for level 7 and forth and so forth. So much that you're attack point. So that lost attack is not really gonna mess you up in any way. Um, Going into the D spell lineup, we run the main search and read gates. You have to run 3 Dark Hunter in the gates in and out. You just screwed yourself over. Of course, you take 1,000 damage during your battle during your stun by every Dark Hunter. In fact, you get to search on your mock helps out tremendously, and of course, you won't have to worry about like, oh my god. So you can just search it out, and it's not gonna really. Next card we run, the last gate, in case you need to bring out your high monsters, and you cannot fusion your hand monsters. This comes in handy when bringing out Wave Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok. So yeah, line up the only resonator spells that we run is the only three which are resonator call, mainly because you can activate it as many times as you want, but from your books you don't pull it instead. That's tremendous. Now, the card that I chose to use for draw power, and I know a lot of people will be like, well, you're running too many, you're running like a lot of monsters. Well, I run more dark monsters than those. I fire and light. You don't know how much I've hand tested this deck, and I've pulled my DD resonators. It was necessary to 3 Allure of Dark. With Allure of Dark, I'm gonna tell you right now, draw 2, banish. You don't have a dark monster to banish, no problem. Send your entire hand to the graveyard. Tremendously, okay? And of course, it's essentially good because you're just minusing 2 from your deck, and you get to see exactly what you could have drawn if you didn't use the Allure of Darkness. That we run are 1 for 1 and Foolish Burial. 1 for 1 special summon level 1 monsters, just in case you can't special summon them with any other effects. Foolish Burial mainly because a mill monster, and if you have a summon your special Ragnarok, effective Ragnarok, special Ragnarok, then like say you have like another DD monster, like say uh Copernic, I mean sorry, say you have Pendulum Scale, effect summon, I mean Thomas, then you get to overlay the 2 X's or link the 3, so forth. So there's a lot of scenarios that you can run, and the only 2 traps that we're running at the moment, Strike and Dark Contract with the Witch, Dark Contract with the Witch, essentially all Fiend type monsters I control. Opponent stand by face, gain 1000 now. Yeah, I know I'm running some proxies, just proxy the old proxies that you use, and I do proxy 1 Hope Harbinger because I only have 1 life. I do not like swapping out the cards, so number 30, your Dragon Tech. This is a proxy of the gold secret rare. Of course, if you don't know what its effect is once per turn during either player's turn, when an opponent's spell card or effect is activated on the field, you can negate the activation. You can negate the effect, and if you do attack material, when an opponent's monster clears an attack, you can detach 1 material from this card, then change the attack target Xyz monster, which is the only Xyz we run. You can essentially just target Hope Harbinger, gains that attack. So that is extremely good. So the only other Xyz monster we run, Kali Yuga, well, hella uncomfortable. Okay, so Kali Yuga's effect, essentially when he hits the gate, all all um all card face-up cards effects on the field So the moment he hit me because summon you can draw one card, and of course you can synchro summon your opponent's base effect. Like you synchro summon, you have a level 7 right there. You just drew. You ended turn your opponent's turn. He had an entire back row for a level 9. And it's like really good. A lot of people are not using crystal needle fiber comes out. A lot of you're gonna see a lot more play with this mainly because uh, okay, sorry, clan. Um, one gusting Alexander maybe because Alexander is one of the cards that you use the 4-card combo. Four-card combo. If you don't know what the 4-card combo is, please see my most previous video on the Supreme King DD or the Supreme King DD and how the combo truly is. But yeah, this card is sorry, clan. So the next card is one curse King Siegfried mainly for the negation effect. You're gonna negate my spell on the field. You can attack it. Once this card gets destroyed, you gain 1,000 life points on field. So you can attack this card gets destroyed 5,000 about Christine Sigrid, but that's his which is cards to negate spell card and trap card effects. Next we run one Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Crystal Wing is here to negate monster effects that gain their attack point after destroying them after negating in their graveyards. And 5 points. Yeah, good luck with that. Hit this card. Paleozoics gone. And of course, when he's destroying the monster, if you have Hope Harbinger in your graveyard, this card gets destroyed effects. Special summon Hope Harbinger. Your opponent tries to activate compulsory. Hope Harbinger hits the field. Effect of Hope Harbinger negate eat. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, there's so much you can do with that. There's so much you can do with that. Now, the card that I'm iffy on running it mainly because Fiends and the Archfiend Synchros, which I really want to get my hands on, is DDD. Three or more, 3 DDD monsters field. You you essentially just 3,000, so it becomes a 6,000. Which, don't get me wrong, it is good, but like the card. So this card is an upgraded version of the regular Alexander because the regular Alexander only allows you to bring down a level 4 lower DD. Mod allows you to bring out this extremely essentially the same effect, but one DD monster, one DD monster in my graveyard. I can bring back Kali Yuga if I wanted to, and that's extremely good. Like, trust me, that's a lot of people are gonna be wanting that, or gonna be wanting to use that. I want to use it, but hardly of its level. It's a level 10. I do run one Flame King Genghis. I gave it off to a little bit more. So I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna give him my second Genghis. Now I really need a second Genghis, or at least get my hands on the High Flame King Genghis. The Flame High King Genghis, essentially, if a DDD, if a DDD monster is special summoned to your field, your graveyard, DD Flame gets returned, is destroyed by a battle or card of, or if this card is in its owner's possession, is destroyed by an opponent's card effect. One for the Xe summon of the High Caesar, the Wave High Caesar, so that is extremely good. But of course, its special summon effect makes it the best out of all so far. Moving up on the chain, we run the Oracle King. You run Oracle King Dark mainly because summon it. Of course, anytime you would take battle damage or anytime you would take effect damage, you gain it instead. So that helps out a lot. I would side. What's his name? Rebel King Leonidas for the main deck, and of course DDD Destiny King Zero Laplace, Zero King Laplace or something like that. DDD Destiny King Laplace, Zero Laplace. I forgot how to say his name, but keen to get my hands on, and there's so many cards that I'm looking to get my hands on. But this is the card that I usually use in case a duel is dragging out and I am wasting my life points away with my dark contracts. So this card will help me gain my life point just taking that damage, and it is extremely good to use. Next, we run one DDD Dragonbane King Beowulf. Beowulf essentially allows you to do piercing battle damage to your opponent's face up defense monsters or face down defense monsters while attacking with another DD or DDD monster. So that helps out tremendously, but also during your standby phase, you can destroy in the spell and trap zones. Um, that is extremely good. You don't know how much that is good, and of course, it is another. It comes in handy for materials for Kali Yuga and of course Hope Harbinger. Next, we run one wave Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok. Caesar Ragnarok in multiple times. It saved me a duel JP when I was going up against his newly formed, and I didn't until I know it's kind of cheating, I guess, but like a friend of mine actually blurting out what I should have done, and I took my chances, did it. I brought out this card. I didn't even have a link on the field. I brought out this monster, attacked his weakest monster, then used its effect, bounced my Swamp King back to my hand, then took his strongest monster as material as an equipped spell to boost his attack by that monster's attack. So that was extremely good. You always want your deck as of well from my personal is personal preference. I know, but I always want to run this card because A, he's extremely good, and you hardly ever have him. He will save you at any given point. And yeah, I've hardly used him now, but I'm still trying to get to use him more. Next, we're using for the links. We're running Proxy Dragon. I'm using Proxy Dragon mainly because I don't have Shiryuja or Map, which are some of the cards that I need. So for right now, I'm Proxy Dragon mainly because you link summon for the two zones here, then you can link right here. You eventually get along with that zone card destroyed, then you have another zone. Then you already had all four spots filled. But yeah, it will take some time to set up properly. But once you set it up, it's extremely make. I am proxying Crystron Needle Fiber. The main reason why I'm Fiber is because Needle Fiber is the main card that I use once it gets destroyed. Special summon my my of course, needle fiber also helps me special summon my resonators from my main deck every time it's link summoned. So that helps out so much that you essentially bring out your tuners, and you won't even have to like worry about like, oh man, I can't bring this out, or oh I'm out. Next we run. I am proxying Electromite. I do need three of this card. Oops, sorry for the blurriness. I do need three of this card. I am proxying this card at the moment. This card is essentially good for every deck that runs pendulums, mainly because you get a search. Like once it's link summoned, you get to add a pendulum monster face up to your extra deck, and of course, if you destroy a pendulum monster in your pendulum zone, to add a pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, effect draw cards. So it helps out with draw power. Now, I don't really showcase anything else when it comes to a deck list, but I will be showcasing some of the cards I'm citing and a deck that I'm currently working on, which I am so far behind, and I seriously need help with it. So, if anyone is kind enough to help me out with making this next deck that I'll be showing you, it would mean so much to me. So, one of the main cards that I'm citing is Trishula, the Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, mainly because it allows me to banish one card each from my opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. So that is like once it's summoned, when this card is single summoned effect, I get to and then of course disrupt my opponent's place, which helps out tremendously. We do side DDD Super Doom King Dark Armageddon. We're citing Dark Armageddon mainly because the Dark Armageddon is the monster that you face up extra deck material for it once it's Xe summoned, and then of course detach one Xyz material, destroy as many cards, or that actually does come in handy when disrupting your field, getting rid of his pesky links and monster hard for you, hoping that he doesn't Ash Blossom the card or Effect Veiler. Damn, Effect Veiler. Well, crud. But wait, you can't, cuz. Why is that? Crystal Wing. Yeah. Um, but yeah, like this card comes in handy when that comes around, and of course, by this card's effect, your opponent cannot destroy independent of monsters while the by card effects. So you're while this card has Dark Hole effect, and I always find it so funny because my friend is always trying to Dark Hole my field or Raigeki or like Torrential Tribute, and I'm like, dude, you just screwed up your zone instead of mine when I have that monster on the field. Citing DDD Armageddon mainly because of its effect. Your opponent cannot target monsters you control with card effects while this card is on the field. So, boom, your opponent tries to freaking use number 11 Big Eye. Nope. That's a big old bag of nope. But why not? Because you can't target. Also, every time your opponent would pendulum summon this card, a monster would be pendulum summoned. Your opponent would have to choose one face-up monster they prefer to keep its effects active, and all the rest will just be essentially negated. And you, oh my freaking gosh, man! Like if you're running Pin Magicians and you go up against this card, you better have an Ash. You wouldn't even be able to use Ash Blossom. Yeah, you can't even use Ash Blossom on this card. On the field, your opponent effect, he tries to Ash Blossom effect you into it. Okay, so showcase a new deck, but hope finish far behind. You have no idea. But this is Ruin and Demise. I first heard about it from a friend of mine, and I was like, "What kind of a deck is that?" And then once I pulled some of these cards from Cybernetic Horizon, oh my god, I have to get this deck. I have to make it. Like, this seems so freaking cool. Like, I have rituals. I was going down the wrong path. I was thinking, oh, let's try Cyber Angels, or let's try Gishigis. But no, the deck that I want to make now is Ruin and Demise. So far, I only have one of these monsters. I already have the one. I need one more of this. I need three of this. I will be posting the need for it. If you see it all the way to the end, um, you will see what I need and what I don't need. Of course, one of the cards I am not using a different. So like I am running. I am trying to run this deck. I want to get into rituals so bad. Like you have no idea. Of course, I did pull that card out of this card out of um, Cybernetic Horizon Special Edition. Please see the video of a CYHO for an update for to see that. Of course, I am using the two Terraforming, and instead of using Monster Reborn for the deck, I am using Soul Charge, and of course, I am not going to be using the extra deck, which the extra deck I just find BS. I don't want to have a deck that's using an extra deck. So I'm going to be using. I want a ritual deck that doesn't use an extra deck. I wanted to make the Blackluster Soldiers, so I'm iffy about this. I'm mainly into this deck, but if I can get my hands on a Blackluster Soldier deck, it would help out so much. Um, so yeah, guys, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button right in the stomach. I am like freaking out of words already. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm out of words. Being embarrassing. Okay. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Please subscribe to the channel so you can actually become a part of the Uchiha. It will mean so much, and everyone else who's a part of the. All you have to do is just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification in Uchiha. Um, though I'm the only Sasuke there is. So before anyone actually tries to take that, yeah. So yeah, that's the way I see it. And please ask if you actually do subscribe to my channel, or if you actually do watch this video or any of my other videos. After seeing this video, I ask that you do please spread the word about my channel because I really want this. I really want my channel to grow in popularity. I really want to bring more content to you guys, which I'm trying every day. To figure out what I'm gonna do for the next video. Yes, I do come up with things on the spot, so there's no script. There's no way that I'm gonna be like, let me just read off the script, even though I want to be an actor one day, or just like to be honest, I want to be an actor, but I also see this as like a way to like I kind of like want to bring like this is kind of like a hobby for me, but at the same time I'm thinking about making this like an outlet people this. I love bringing my deck list to think like what's gonna be the next thing or what's gonna or like what's going to what's gonna like what I'm gonna be bringing you guys next. Sadly, I only have like 2 videos at the moment, so I'm trying to make sure bring and I will be making some on called Yugipedia, something like that. I think that's what it was called. It's a really really good app. Like to be honest, app. Like I know like no one freaking like. Why do I keep on doing that? Like I am so sorry. Like I am like seriously trying to stay using profanity or trying to do anything that kind of like represents. So if I mistake, I'm sorry. Please don't unsubscribe. Um, but I know that like I don't get sponsored. I'm not being sponsored at the moment. I am currently unemployed. So like I am like literally for an opportunity here. Um, to be honest, like I'm not me anything about the things that I love. Um, so really love Konami for the way that it presented all these decks, and there are some things that I do disagree with, but do it's Konami's idea. It's Konami we're talking about here, so right. um, though okay, so like I use three main apps when I'm dueling and making a deck profile and searching up the only I can't even speak right now. The only cards that I the only app that I use to to check extremely is I think it was Big AR. It was like a thing for like scanning actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like what? Like all you do to the camera, and the camera will scan the card, and it like you would have to like line it up. If you want like the best of best results, you would have to like line it extremely good results. Um, but it will tell you exactly said it was printed. It was printed in. Of course, how like what its stats. It would also tell you exactly like, oh yeah, it's this price or it's that price, based on the set that you have, and you can easily add up all that money if you're like scanning your entire deck. And of course, you can only use scan it one at a time, and of course, it only allows you with one for a deck if you're trying to build a deck on there. But hey, it's still good. So that is the one that I use scanning prices. The one that I use for building my decks is Um, I forgot how to say it, but it's really really good. Update to the ban list, or there's like an update to like the TCG. Though I did find that some of the cards that already came out in TCG or on the thing is still saying OCG, which is um not really reliable. But it does also give you the option to test your hand um either in what's it called? It does give you the chance to test your hand either in new format or old format, which is Master Rule 3 or Master Rule 4, Pendulum or Links. Then the app that I use for calculating my life points, it is essentially Dual Cyrus, being mainly because like hey, it's really really good. I love the way that it's so easy to calculate everything. There's not all these fancy gadgets and everything. You can change the wallpaper. It's all just really really good. Okay, well guys, I'm gonna stop babbling. I'm gonna go now. Um, please Do be aware of the next video that I will be bringing you guys on Monday. Um, and please, if you can subscribe, if you're generous enough, please subscribe to the channel. Become a full-fledged Uchiha. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See you guys. I'll see you back here on Monday. So, yeah.